I'm taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Oh my god. I got a segue. Oh yeah.
We are live, yo. Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scofield, New England representing, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, I'm about to step away real quick, and I'm gonna come back and introduce myself. All right? yeah, man. What it do, man? Jesus Shuttleworth, the God, Go Artist, aka LB, Light It Up Boss. You know what it is? Monday Night Boxing Talk. Let's get it. Sample Kings Forever out now, nigga. Let's get it. RainGangRadio.com. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. We talking boxing tonight, and we not jumping our enemies. You know what I'm saying? Only one of us gotta give him the thing.
Facts.
We don't need 9 niggas showing up to the locker room. I heard you like our podcast.
Yo, that's factual, and we're definitely gonna go into that one because that was a spectacular crash out this weekend. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff Monday. Let's go, Ring Gang Radio. Let's fly.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds. You dig? And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's poppin'? Rome Top 5. We here, nigga.
Yes, sir. Rome Top 5. Hey, Chicago win because he leaves these niggas in the breeze. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we got all 5 of us here tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. And yeah, man, this weekend, man, like I said, boxing, the theater of the unexpected, man. You know, we saw in probably 72 hours, someone who was getting ready to have the rocket strapped to his back to go to the fucking moon. And
I just asked all y'all niggas, y'all really think it's him? Y'all really think he's at? I just asked y'all niggas this last part. Y'all,
you did.
Yeah, he's him. He's him. He is. Yeah, we believe in him.
Yeah. He's getting knockouts. He's active. He's saying it like, yeah.
And what did I say? I don't know, nigga. I don't know.
No, nigga.
I just had to say it.
I just had to say it.
Go ahead.
He didn't even fight though. Like,
yeah.
It's one thing if this is worse than him not even fighting though.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was just obviously boxing fuckery happens. Like, I mean, it's not the first time we've seen fuckery, but this is just like concentrated fuckery. It's just like it just happened. It was just fuckery begets fuckery.
No, it was fuckery on top of fuckery. It was like double fuckery.
Right. You know, of course, we're talking about one Keyshawn Davis, who was supposed to defend his lightweight title against Edwin Dos Santos,
but he's not focused.
Among other things, like, and fun things too is like the media, like he had he was on Andre Ward's podcast, he had interviews, he was in videos with Mike Vick and Allen Iverson, he had
no, the nigga did his press run.
Yeah, he did. He had.
This has got to be like the most wasted promo of all time.
Yeah, I mean, even do at the final press conference, was like talking that shit to Abdullah Mason. And it's like, yo, we gotta fight. Trying to bully this nigga into like, okay, yeah, we're gonna fight after this. And then him and his brothers was talking cash shit to niggas, and it's just like, okay, this is good. Like, all right, these like DB3, like they got the blueprint right now. Like they about to do this, And then we get the news where this nigga Keyshawn Davis blows weight not by a pound, not by 2 pounds, not by 3 pounds, but 4.3 pounds. And that is wild. Now, if you blow weight by that much, you clearly would not try. You weren't trying to make weight because dude didn't look drawn. Motherfucker.
Is this the most differential y'all have seen in y'all time watching this shit in a weight class that low?
14 pounds and shit.
Yeah, no, there's been way worse.
Way worse. This is the worst.
Before like a top contender, for a top contender, nigga that is supposed to come in there and win. Like,
I mean, he's a champ. He was a whole champion.
He's a whole champ. This is
that's what I'm saying.
As next,
as a top nigga to come in that much overweight.
I've been said he was gonna be at 35 too much longer. I've said that many times, but I didn't expect it for that to happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was just bad because it's like, I mean, dude didn't show no remorse because he was just like, dude was out there flexing like it was supposed to be. Like he wasn't drawn. Like in Frankie's too, he was given 2 hours to lose the weight. He didn't want to do it.
He wasn't. He planned not making weight.
Bro, hold on, bro. I mean, listen. Once I saw he weighed in at 139, I know he wasn't even gonna try because nobody's losing 4 pounds in such a short amount of time.
He didn't train to go to 135.
Yeah, if it was like a pound and a half, okay, 2 pounds. Nobody's losing 4 pounds in a couple hours.
Because he was probably already training for a day or two.
What's up, LB?
No, I said, you know how hard you would have to sweat and work out to lose 4 pounds?
It's impossible. Like it's really impossible. And now
you can lose. The thing is, you can lose 4 pounds in damn 2 hours. But the thing is, if you've already done so much training and all
that's a grueling process.
That's too much.
It's not like you waking up. It's not like you're waking up out of bed and say, "Hey, we're gonna play basketball for 2 hours," and you lose 4 or 5 pounds because you're running full court and shit. You already kind of at your limit or near it. So that's what I'm saying. Like that 4 pounds is like crazy.
But I think especially now, due to the Ryan Garcia fight, the 3 pounds, fighters aren't gonna get jiggy with that as much now. You know what I mean? Like if it's over 2 pounds or something, you know what I mean? Like this day, just because of the Ryan Devin shit was, I think it's kind of. That wasn't a great.
Them niggas paid the money though. Like
I know. But I'm just saying it was a different situation. But in a sense, there's similarities. In regard to that.
Yeah,
but I think Santos is drained his damn self. He looked bad. He looked like
someone said he looked like Ghost from Power on Fett.
Honestly, you know what? I'll say this. I'll just say this. Maybe I think it's better off that the fight didn't happen.
I was just about to say that because
Santos looked like.
Santos would have been hurt bad.
He was gonna get bodied. Yeah, he was gonna get bodied, and I think Keyshawn probably knew he probably couldn't make the weight much longer, and he did it as an advantage. He wanted an advantage.
You could just look in Edwin's eyes, and like the cheeks were sunk.
His eyes were. Yeah. Someone said he was like Ghost from Power on fentanyl and shit.
Yo, he look wasted, but that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't trust him in no fight, man.
Yeah, and because it was bad. I mean, like, because he's coming off 2 years, but he was having issues with blood clots. And dude was I heard he was up to like 190, and he really did kill himself to try to make the weight, which he did. Professional shit because it was a title shot. He was getting paid like $600,000, give or take. So it was like, okay, he's professional about it. But Keyshawn, I think Keyshawn, I guess, was feeling himself a little bit too much because he's like, know what? I could probably, because he's like, I have this power now. Like I could probably blow this weight, but dude probably needs the money. So so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just blow this weight, and then he'll still fight, and I'll just have to give him some money. And we'll go through with the fight, and then
I'll beat his ass and get because he wanted an advantage. And I just want to mention, like, Keyshawn was doing a lot of media press. You know what I'm saying? He was on every podcast, and he was, he said some things. One thing I recall him saying that stuck out to me is, he was saying he was basically the top dog on Top Rank, and he's in the rooms negotiating his deals and shit. So he was feeling himself a lot. So he thought he could, get over. You know what I mean? Get over and get the fight. Have the advantage, knock him out at hometown. Okay, I'm going to 140 now, and it obviously didn't work that way.
Yeah, and it's bad too because only 2 fights ago, this dude had the same thing with Lemos, and Lemos had blew weight by like 6 pounds, like some shit, like 6-7 pounds, And dude is like, you know what? I'll take the fight, and dude bodied him in short order, and that was the beginning of dude's like
ascension. Ascension. Yeah. It helped. It kind of. It legitimized him, you know what I mean, to most fans.
Yeah, because once he quit the weed, after that whole he popped dirty, it's like that was his. Let me take this. That was like his Tank Gamboa moment. Like, let me take this shit serious now.
Ironically, the weed was a part of the guy who spoiled the night. So it's just kind of like it's a lot of irony and all that shit.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. And we'll definitely get to that part because it leads up to all the fuckery that was happening. But yeah, no, Keyshawn though, I know like people were pissed because I know Top Rank I know was pissed too because they were like, yeah, if you want refunds, and that shit was damn near sold out. And
Michael Vick was gonna bring his team there and shit. Like, you know, you had all these celebrities. Like, he fucked the bag.
Michael
Vick fucked up,
Iverson.
you know.
Yeah,
So
they were
College
gonna
was
walk
gonna
out
be
with
there.
dude. You know, Shaquille O'Neal was supposed to be there. Like, dude, literally had the momentum. Like, and he blew weight by 4 pounds. It was just like, that's like the ultimate. That's like part one of the crash out, and it's like, and he didn't care either. Like, dude was just like, you know what, I'm about to go to 140, and I'm so heavy. I'm like, bullshit. You were able to make 135 before for your title win, for the other fights. Yeah. So don't give me that. Don't give me that. You couldn't make it. You didn't want to make it.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't. You know, again, I mentioned I knew he wasn't going to be at 135 much longer, but I didn't. You know, it was a bad game. It was a bad game plan.
But you know, they still tried to negotiate with dude, so they were like, so they try to give Dale Santos some money, you know, try to get, obviously, you know, to get a sweeten the pot a little bit more. But then I think Samson, his, you know, Dale Santos' promoter was like, after a while, it's like, nah, you know what, fuck this, it ain't worth it. So I think he put something in there too, where Edwin would still get his full purse. So, and that was the out. So it's like, you know what, he's still gonna get paid his full purse. He's not gonna get like a partial or anything like that. So basically, Edwin got paid, you know, for making weight, which is cool. You know, I'm not even, and seriously, I'm not even mad for him for bowing out, because it's like, yeah, like he basically was put in a situation where he was going to lose, and like I said, also, and the fun things too.
I'm glad he got his paper though.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. But honestly, this just shows me I could not take this dude serious for his next fight if it's anything less than 140.
Yeah.
De Los Santos needs to move the fuck up. Like, we gotta start holding all these niggas to the same fucking standard. Like, these dudes,
he was gonna fight
these motherfuckers are natural welterweights masquerading as lightweights. Imagine trying to get Felix Trinidad to be a fucking lightweight.
Yeah,
fucking way.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's facts. Like Rolly, Ryan, Tio's a little short limb, but you know, like pretty much all the 135 relevant fighters are fucking true welterweights, and they're
honestly, they're naturally bigger than Broner. If you want to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they like, look at Devin Haney. That's not no little motherfucker.
Even lower weights, like even my boy Junto, who I watched that fight, we might talk about a little later. Like he's taller than Brian Norman today. I saw a picture of Junto Nakatani looking as taller than Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? Even like it's not. It's just most of these. They're gonna try to use their advantage. You know what I'm saying? If they can make the weight, but you know what I mean.
But see, we're in the era where these niggas, like Jared Hurd was like the last of them type of niggas, bro. Like that shit's done. Like these niggas, like let's be honest, bro. I don't know, Pat know what I'm talking about. These era of niggas don't train hard enough to do this weight bully shit no more.
They don't.
They just don't. They can't get away with it no more. So they end up 3 pounds overweight, 4 pounds. Oh, I'll take the damn fine. Oh, da. Yeah, that shit gotta end, man. Because then when niggas take the fine, how to fight.
Even Shakur lost his belt in the skills.
Yeah, look, Shakur's a big motherfucker too. Shakur need to be at junior welterweight now.
Yeah.
Why you think Shakur never even be looking ripped like that either?
Yeah, that's fact. Yeah. Yep.
Like, bro, like maybe he would have more damn energy for offense to throw punches if he wasn't drained. I don't know what it is, but these niggas ain't. And honestly, that's why we're not getting these great fights anymore, because you know it's hard enough getting these niggas in the ring together. Now you get them in the ring, and they can't fucking goddamn perform like you want them to, because they really supposed to be at welterweight.
Yeah, they drain themselves so much. They basically lose all fight on the scales, and then you know you're only given 24 hours to kind of rehydrate to what is whatever. But it's affecting their performances, and you're starting to see this because niggas don't have it's not even the old school training, because I don't think these niggas train old school at all. They don't even have like someone to actually watch over their nutrition. Like some of these niggas actually need that in their lives. Like they need to pay.
I think all they do is the damn nutrition and the CrossFit training and strength and conditioning. Like, why do you think these niggas boxing skills never get anywhere? Like these niggas ain't training boxing no more. It's strength and conditioning and some cardio to make weight, and everything else is just muscle memory. And we'll look at tape a little bit too, so you kind of familiarize yourself with this guy.
Yeah, and it just wasn't a good look though. And this is and of course his brother Kelvin Davis. Both the brothers they were fighting, but Kelvin Davis was starring shit with Nahir Albright, which will lead to some what go down in their fight. But it's just like, dude didn't even bother to like humble himself. Like he didn't say he didn't apologize. He was like, I couldn't make the weight no more. Bam. But you see this nigga come out there, the next night, with his brother, like, with big, fucking these big glasses on, niggas eating popcorn and shit. Niggas pissing. He was low key pissing me off with his bullshit. I was like, dog. Like, I mean, if I wouldn't even be there, I would have been at the hotel watching this fight or something like that. Like, why the fuck you there? Like, why the fuck do you need to be there? Like, the people were there to see you fight, and you're out there just acting a fool. Yeah,
I would have been embarrassed to still even be in the arena, knowing I let everything down.
No, the fact, like the way that he was sitting there on front row eating popcorn, I was just like, bruh, like you ain't got.
I mean, nothing wrong with him. I mean, hear me out. Nothing's wrong with him eating.
No, but the way he was doing it, like just like not a care in the world, like nothing happened. Like
that was kind of
like he was enjoying it too much.
Yeah, he should have been more a little bit.
Some people
say he should have been there, but he's gonna be there for his brothers. You know what I'm saying?
If this was like 10, 15 years ago, where Bob was more ornery and more alive, he would have cussed his ass out. He definitely would have cussed Keyshawn out.
Yeah, so because like I said, because
you can't curse these guys out no more because then you're a hater.
Supposedly, I saw. I think it was a Sean.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think fucking Keyshawn's just acting up because he's trying to get that turkey bag.
Well, he's the ambassador. I mean, that's the elephant we haven't mentioned in the room yet. He is a Turkey ambassador. A Riyadh season ambassador. So, I wonder how that's gonna. I think he's still relying on that more so. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he's gonna have some legal issues into his life real soon. You know what I'm saying? Like some serious ones. Yeah. But like I said,
they suing him?
I don't think so.
Well, we'll see. We'll
see. But I don't think so.
But it's funny too. But dude was just he was taking it all like his brother Keon, who actually Keyshawn Davis is actually he's actually a talent. He's actually has some talent.
He's better than Kelvin.
He's easily better. Kelvin is the worst.
Yeah.
But Keon, and when Keon won his fight, they were all celebrating and whatnot. But when Kelvin came to fight Nahir Albright, and then keep in mind, Kelvin actually won Nahir Albright because Nahir almost beat Keyshawn before, and the contest turns are no contest because Keyshawn popped dirty for the weed. Yeah. So he actually and Kelvin Davis, if you ever watched him, like I remember seeing the second fight, and dude almost lost to a complete jobber. So
he got a gift on Pro Box for sure, and another gift on Top Rank. He already got 2 gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kelvin Davis is basically someone called him a poor man's Robert Easter, and I fucking started dying.
That's hilarious.
God damn.
But he is basically
that's some specific poor Manning right there.
I said it in the chat. He's basically the Gary Antonio Russell, the 118 Russell, and also the Amado Vargas of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's the
He's just not. He's not good. Like he has a little power, but his boxing IQ is doo-doo. Like and it showed too with Albright. It only took Albright maybe a round or two to kind of figure out what he could do, and funny things too is like I completely forgot to put money on this because I was so fucking tired for what I was doing. I was like, damn, Albright's probably gonna beat dude's ass, and one thing that I cannot stand is to see a bigger fighter get bullied by a smaller fighter. And get hit with all types of bullshit. And Kelvin was saying that dude couldn't punch, but Albright was rocking him pretty good to me. Like
he was cracking him, bro. No, pause. He was cracking the hell out of him.
Yeah. Overhand rights, left hooks, bullying him into the rope, snapping his head back. Like
saying that a nigga can't punch is a cop out.
But I've seen. I don't know if you remember.
Why get lit up then?
I don't know if you remember, Pat, the fight his first loss to Jermaine Ortiz, Nahir Albright. He arguably that was a draw. He probably arguably didn't even really lose that fight. It was pretty even of a fight to me against Jermaine Ortiz. He's a good fighter.
Albright. Yeah, I mean Albright's he's a product of the Philly gyms. Like Albright knows how to fight, and he proved it too. Like basically it basically got to be more. It was bully boxing. Like all he had to do was just walk dude down and and then it took Calvin like maybe a couple rounds to adjust to that counter right, that counter overhand right that Albright kept on landing on him, and it was just like God damn, he's beating his ass. And then you see Keyshawn and his brothers like they had the saltiest, looks like they drank some seawater, like they was mad salty, like the nigga, all that whooping and carrying on, that shit disappeared like a motherfucker, man. You know, and yeah, I think Calvin managed to inflict a cut on dude's eye, which only made Albright fight harder and whoop his ass. Like, yeah, in that 10th round, when he did that spin into a hook and actually landing on dude's shoulder and shit, I'm like, okay, like if you can pull that bullshit off, you know you won this damn fight. And I could tell, like the judges, I know were really trying to give.
I had a feeling it was going to be a draw. I had a feeling, but luckily I was wrong.
Yeah. Only one of them cards was a draw, and that was no fucking draw because I find it hard to even give like 2 rounds to even give to Calvin Davis.
The most
much less
fucking that bad?
Maybe.
And he whooped his ass like.
Okay, let me ask you this: who looked worse, Caleb Plant or this nigga?
I'd say Calvin Davis looked worse.
Yeah, Davis looked worse.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh wow! You know how bad he had to look then? Because I thought Caleb Plant looked awful.
Dude, Calvin legitimately like damn near got blanked. Like he won one.
He got hurt. He got hurt and stunned a good amount. At least 5 times. He got hit, stunned 5 times at least.
Oh,
yeah. Yo, LB, you need to watch the fight. Like, bro got his ass whooped. Like, it was a clear ass whooping. Like,
damn.
And the fact and it's just like, you know, them niggas and Keyshawn and Keon, they were salty as hell. You know what I'm saying? But Albright though, he didn't even brag about that shit. Like, you know, he's like, yeah, I got this, and you know, I want to be, I want to get champion, all that stuff. Like, he kept it real. You know, he kept it real professional.
No, I'm a fan of Albright. I'm a big fan now. He seems like a good dude. I look forward to actually seeing him fight again. You know?
I was laughing because I see on his Instagram after the fight, like the next day or that night, he was on Instagram live fucking singing, and somebody was like, "Man, Kelvin, you got bodied by a singing nigga."
Yo, hey, bro got vocals though. He got a YouTube channel. Yeah. Somebody sent it in my chat. Somebody like he can actually sing. Like he sings better than some of these R&B niggas that came out now. I'm not even lying.
That part, like I thought he could just sing a little, but he actually could sing.
Yeah. Meek Miller put him on.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to sound that good.
Meek Miller, some Philly rapper, need to get him on a hook. Hook that brother up. Let him get a chorus or something. Let him get a chorus.
I mean, he has some notoriety. So I mean, hey, if he wants to expand his brand, like, you know, that would probably be the thing for him to do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a track with him and Francis Cruz Dezern, you know, for the culture.
I mean, his bio says he's a singer first. You know, it's like I also box type of shit. So that's like his passion. You know what I'm saying? Singing and shit.
But Albright is a talent to sing and to actually punch niggas in the head for a living, yo. That's a talented nigga right there. You know?
Yeah. And so he like one of them old school Motown niggas that don't take shit from nobody. Then he just ain't got the personality.
But the crazy, I hope he's active because he ain't fought since that Keyshawn fight. He hasn't fought since that.
No, he fought in that TCL shit.
Oh, the TCL, yeah, he fought. Yeah, I'm talking about actual pro fight. Yeah,
actual. But you know, he's been. I mean, if he wasn't active at all, and you know, I bet Kelvin, yo, you need to stop boxing. Like, Kelvin Davis, boxing is not for him. Like, seriously, like he shouldn't. Like, I mean, his brothers
need to be the road manager or something.
Seriously,
yeah,
be their bodyguard or some shit like that.
Because he got KO'd. He got KO'd really. I mean, he got knocked. He got stunned really bad. I remember on Top Rank against a bum, and I hate to use the word bum, but it was like a can, and he got stunned really bad on a Top Rank fight. You know,
dude. The talent didn't. The talent. I mean, he's there because he's, you know, the whole DB3 shit. But yeah, dude ain't as a boxer. Yeah, he's shit as a boxer. Like, you know, and I feel like any top 10 fighter would pretty much put this foot in it. Probably top 15, maybe top 20. Like he's terrible.
God damn! We're just gonna be like, well, maybe the worst sparring partner for the nigga in the top 20 could beat his ass.
Yeah, like, I mean, honestly,
like, God damn, like, how bad is it going? Yeah, so I'm hearing all this. Yeah, he probably need to just step away then.
Yeah, but you know, and of course, the event will kind of set the tone for what happened later, and we'll get to that though. But I will definitely got to talk about Abdullah Mason and Jeremia Nakathila. Now, talk now.
What up, Earn with her? Salute.
Earn with douchebag 3, DB3.
Yeah, I saw someone say down bad 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's up there, yo.
But in all this though, I say though, Abdullah Mason, he got his first top ranked main event by default. But originally they wanted him to go for the title against Edwin De Los Santos, which would have been a hell of a fight though. But I can understand not taking that.
He should have took that chance the way De Los Santos looked.
Yeah, but I get it, but they didn't train for him, and he's, it's still, and his performance, I liked how he was really, defensively responsible, not looping his shots, but it would be too much of a risk at this point for him.
Dude, nah, man, look, bro, if you're that nigga, sometimes you gotta take a risk like this. Like, this would have been a calculated risk. Like, look, dude, he would have literally took the shine Keyshawn was supposed to get. He would have destroyed De Los Santos. De Los Santos looked like he would have been knocked out in 2 rounds. He was drained. He didn't, he's rusty. That was supposed to be his showcase after Keyshawn fumbled.
Mason probably would have won. Mason would have won, I feel like. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was supposed to be his show. It's like Top Rank was like, fuck it. We got to showcase one of these niggas at least. We trying to get that deal with ESPN, right? Like, who we got? You, Mason. And I'm gonna just fight the dude I trained for, and I can respect that. It's cool, but sometimes you gotta, take that little risk, that little chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely happened where people have given like a couple of days notice, like, hey, man, you're gonna fight for a title. And shit like that. I mean, shit, that's what happened to the motherfucker that beat Billy Dibb. He was on vacation, and then it was like 7 days before. He was like, "Hey,
God damn, that's a name I ain't heard in a minute."
Yeah, I like I said before, Billy Dibb was part of the worst main event I've ever seen in my whole life in live.
I don't know what 50 Cent was thinking when he signed dude, bro.
Yeah. He had the title. That was the whole reason why he signed that dude. And
he signed him because Floyd wanted him. Floyd originally wanted him for his little thing. So
the fuck was Floyd thinking? Let me just switch to cross out 50 name. What the fuck did Floyd see?
Yeah, it was bad, dude. Yeah, because
Floyd wanted both Billy Dibb and Gamboa, which Gamboa is understandable.
But shouts out Billy Dibb, because I remember his story of cancer. It was kind of sad, always thinking on my timeline, and he got the best of cancer. So at least that's a salute to him, I guess.
I mean, at first, I didn't mind him when he first came out, and then he just started having shit fight after shit fight after shit fight, and then
that's what kidded. I could excuse you for an ugly style once or twice, but you can't have wires pet up using it.
Yeah, get this Aussie Drake motherfucker off my TV at this point. That's what it turned into. Sorry,
and that turned into 50's biggest boxing L. Like it was so bad. Like it was like borderline hilarious. But yeah,
and then dude was on Twitter, damn, talking shit to 50, like, y'all should have never signed it. He couldn't do no. In my head, I'm like, bro, like even you being associated with 50 Cent was more for your career than anything else you've done. Like,
exactly.
Like you don't have a string of knockouts or explosive highlights and shit that people want to see, bro. Like these niggas got to stop thinking they're Hamed, bro. Just because you got the little Punjabi haircut or whatever the fuck y'all call them shits, man, and y'all Middle Eastern, you're not fucking Hamed, yo.
Yeah. He definitely was no goddamn Hamed.
Yeah, it's cool he inspired y'all, but like y'all can't fight like him, man. Like, and we do this with Roy Jones. Like, we didn't like when Pascal used to do that stupid shit. Like, y'all can't fight like these niggas.
For everyone using Floyd's Philly show, like, it's like everyone can't
that
do
too,
it.
Like, shit.
But yeah, I digress though. But yeah, it's just about it's you sometimes you miss the shots that you don't take. But I understand that he wants to fight Nakathila. Nakathila was there, he trained, and Nakathila still had air of danger around him though. But I think this fight, pretty much let us know for sure that Nakathila probably shouldn't get licensed anymore, because that his footwork was, as soon as Mason started tagging him, with some combinations. That dude's footwork got shakier than a bitch. Like,
God damn.
And Mason, though, I will say this though, Mason
losing their touch with these cards.
The funny thing too is, like, I mean, Mason and like Pilot said though, Mason fought more defensively responsible. That was the thing. Like, there was no fucking around. Like, he kept his hand glued to his face. Like, he smothered dude's shots, and he got hit with some shots though, but nothing that'll make him do stanky leg or make him go down on one knee like he did with that Dominican cat. So it was definitely an improvement. And of course, I know I saw people low key saying like,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And I saw people low key getting at Shakur. I was like, you see.
I was just about to say. I was gonna say, listen, like I was watching Nakathila, and like I started to think, I'm like, I don't understand why the fuck this dude, because Shakur was like, well, he hits so hard. He's got all this power. And I'm watching him fight, and I'm just like, I'm not seeing this fucking amazing, scary fucking power that Shakur is talking about. Like,
any nigga who don't want to get hit says everybody hits hard, bro.
And I'm not saying
one of them truths, man.
And I'm not saying dude doesn't have pop, because Nakathila can crack, but like this outer worldly power that he fucking exaggerated up. I'm watching him.
Shakur act like that nigga was damn Acelino Freitas or somebody. Like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So I'm like, that tells me a lot about Shakur.
Yeah,
Shakur. God, that nigga's a scary ass nigga.
Yeah, it was just bad shit, because like I said, Mason, I mean, I know the other people that got rid of him took 2 rounds. It took Mason about 4. But Mason was beating dude's ass like it was nobody's business. And he was moving forward. Like, there was no ring around the road. There was no running. Dude stayed in the pocket, defensively responsible, and beat dude's ass like it was
his guard was up, and he wasn't throwing looping shots, which I always thought he swung a little wide. I think those 2 knockdowns that he suffered in that fight, I think that helped him a lot,
Yeah. They most likely, they definitely. I know, because his father. They probably worked on his defense a whole lot. Because look, we can't get you being dropped by no bullshit. Like, you got to tighten up, in this shit.
But I'm glad he didn't sacrifice his offense for it though, because too many of these niggas, when you tell them, hey man, you got to be more defensive aware. I mean, defensively aware.
He was a little. I mean, his offense didn't really look as aggressive, but it was still aggressive enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all. It got to be aggressive enough if he got him out of there in 4 rounds. That's what I'm saying. Like he still made it happen. Like, a lot of these niggas, they start getting. You tell them get defensive sound, and that means throw less punches.
Right.
You say slip punches, they hear throw less. You say move around, jab more, they hear throw less. That's all you see.
Mm-hmm.
That's why niggas love it when Inoue get dropped or when Trinidad get, because these niggas get up and they start throwing more hands.
Yeah, no, like I said, it was really good to see Mason. Like I said, he's only like 20 years old, but that was a mature performance by dude. Like, he got, like, he didn't fuck around. He got, like, it was a stoppage. He got him up out of there. He busted dude's eye. He had him on Queer Street. Like, dude was, Nakathila was thoroughly beaten up. And Mason again, like, he got on the mic. He was like, yeah, thank you, Norfolk, for coming there. I hope y'all can come to Ohio when I have my big fight show. Like, dude is like the consummate professional. Like, so, like, and hopefully Top Rank, like, I mean, does something with him. Like, this, like, okay, you know what, we got a young man here, and he's about his business and everything like that.
Hopefully they have ESPN to still do this with.
That's also facts.
But now with this, because it's different. If he would have, and I'm not shitting on Mason for this, he did what he did. Like, you know what I'm saying, but. The only way to have salvaged that, if he would have fought De Los Santos instead, won the title and knocked him out, then you would have had articles about like a new star is born out of this, that. I get it, but unfortunately for Top Rank, that ain't happened. Let me answer one question real quick. Greg Hackett said Keyshawn might have missed weight on purpose because he kept hearing how hard De Los Santos punches.
And that could be the thing. De Los Santos, for shortcomings, I mean, I mean,
but I want to mention. I clipped this. Greg Hackett also said De Los Santos might be better than Tank or tougher than Tank. So I don't know. But
Greg Hackett. I mean, I don't trust his analysis all that much.
No, I saw him say that one time. He's like, De Los Santos might be more dangerous. And
man, niggas be overrating the fuck out of De Los Santos.
They do. They overrate, but he can punch. But they do overrate.
He can punch, but God, nigga, this is boxing. A whole bunch of motherfuckers can punch.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need to be able to punch to win a fucking fight. So all this shit is like.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't like when a nigga be scary like that on the like you missing. Like I get what you're saying, her. Like what dude is saying that. Oh yeah, you mean just weigh a little. But bro, nah, bro. Like 4 pounds. You that damn scared of him? What about your power? Look how big you are.
Yeah, it was not a good look at all. It was just like De Los Santos is like that dude was coming back from a major sickness, and so like, De Los Santos, like I said, he came out smelling, smelling like a bunch of roses and shit. Like dude is like, dude is like pretty much like no one is blaming him for anything because it's like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Why take the fight and get your head knocked off and get your career trajectory changed? Because
I think he's still lucky though. Like I think going through this camp, he's figuring out like, yo, I can't do 135 no more.
Well, yeah, he needs to. I hope he comes back soon. He's an entertaining fighter, but
if you have to look like that to make weight, you shouldn't be at that weight anymore. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing niggas looking like fucking Skeletor and Beastmasters and all types of mythological monsters and shit, trying to fucking weigh in for these fights.
And niggas look like they can see all the bones in your body. Like that's not niggas not supposed to.
If I can use your ribcage, there's a fucking xylophone. You need to fucking move up.
Facts. But yeah, De Los Santos and then also Mason. I mean, Mason can at least for now looks like he can comfortably make 135. And like I said, I just hate though like his performance was good, but I just hate now it got outshadowed, by basically the last crash out incident of the night. And I think it was Christina Poncher that was like, she tweeted, I can't believe I heard, I can't believe what I just heard. And I was like, what the? I was like, oh, and when I read that, I was like, oh no, somebody fucking crashed out. And then, then you get the text, you get the tweet where Nahir Albright was, Keyshawn and Keon saw that man in his dressing room, and they had a couple words, and Keyshawn headbutted him, and they had a whole altercation in his dressing room.
You a boxer? Why you headbutting niggas in a street fight? Like Jesus, like.
And then Nahir, like he basically is interviewed later, and a little later, and then you see that dude has a whole knot on his forehead, a small Hasim Rockman type lump. Like it wasn't that big as Hasim Rockman's lump, but it was pretty noticeable over his eye. And he didn't catch that in
big
the
enough.
Yeah, it was noticeable.
Yeah, I saw a picture. Someone said there was a little lump on that spot, but who knows?
Now he didn't catch that in the fight. That's for damn sure. Like dude, yeah, he had the cut eye, but there was definitely no lump. And Nahir pretty much said, yeah, they kind of accosted me, they attacked me, and niggas are talking about why you snitching, nigga. The fuck?
Oh my! I seen that tweet too many fucking times. Like there was too many tweets about niggas snitching. Like bro, he just got jumped. Like he's the victim. The victim could never snitch.
Yeah.
And you don't think nobody else would have found out about that?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck you want to do? Like, just say
what are you supposed to do? Like, come on.
Real quick, do y'all find it weird though? Top Rank showed some of the footage and shit.
Oh yeah, they showed. Yeah,
this Top Rank, bro. They be showing everything.
I know you say dirty cameras and all that, but it is kind of weird that they did that.
Nah, that's not. Nah, they do dirty cameras. That's what they do. I mean, how many times have you heard me complain about the dirty cameras? Like when old boy that Matias killed, like they showed him damn near dying, like on the stretcher, throwing up.
I saw a man slowly die that night.
Yeah, exactly.
That and fucking Loma crying and Oscar Valdez crying and
and fucking
Teofimo doing sad solo backflips.
Yeah, and then Venado, like damn near had a brain bleed, and they had him like looking in his dressing room, like that's what they do. And that fight was out of control because basically it was just like once Albright's family heard what happened, like the nigga was out of control and Keyshawn was out of control, Like, niggas had to keep holding him back, and then his kid, almost got caught up in the bullshit and shit like that. Yeah, that shit was out of control. Like, and it's just
like, why is your kid in a stroller nearby? Like, why? Like, come on.
Yeah, crashing completely out, and it's just like, god damn. It's like, it's just one other thing. It's like, how much fuckery can one person get into in a whole weekend?
He literally was on the cusp of superstardom, and all that goodwill, all that momentum he got, pretty much gone. I mean, he still has a name. I think what Crawford and Bomac should do, if honestly, is threaten to kick him out of camp. I think maybe that'll get him back. Maybe that'll. They should really consider like talking to him and say, hey, we're not gonna get you out of here, man. You know what I'm saying, type of thing, and see if that'll get him back right. You know what I mean. I think that's really the only option I feel like the best for him.
But the funny thing is too, it's just weird because I mean, obviously, dude said he had mental health issues, and you've seen this momentum, you've seen him do good, and all of a sudden you see this because this crash out just literally makes no fucking sense of how badly he crashed out
at all. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it was just like, come on, like just like Rome said, like we were all rooting for him because we were like, yeah, it would be disappointing if he lost. But now none of us could expect that this motherfucker would be doing what he was doing now. It's just like, and I think LB, you had that tweet earlier today about how these young fighters can't maintain their momentum. Like all they do is just like they just like they fuck up, they fuck up big time.
Yeah, nah, the whole I know what you're talking because I had a couple tweets about this shit. It's just like right now, boxing is just trying its hardest and failing to just create and cultivate superstars in the damn in the sport. Like whenever we get someone that's close and they're doing all the right things, doing all the right knockouts, all the right opponents, they either fuck it up somehow themselves or the industry or somebody else fucks it up. It's like we can't get nobody to be a star ever.
Like, no, and his was so organic. It was just like, come on, like
I can think of 3 examples right off top. In the ring, out the ring. Shakur, I felt like his performance with De Los Santos kind of stopped him a little bit. The Ryan Garcia popping for PEDs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ryan Garcia after he beat Haney,
and that was a 2-for-1. Like we lost Ryan Garcia and
we lost Haney too. We lost Haney too. And then now obviously with the Keyshawn shit.
And then remember, Teofimo just can't stop being a fucking racist,
a corny ass. But did y'all see Teo with his video after
Yeah, no, I'm tired of this dude. This dude, like, if nothing else, he's a fucking dork. Like, I just can't. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody could ignore the racism, but even if you take away the flagrantly racist shit he says. Just at heart, he's a fucking dweeb, and it's so cringe.
It's corny. Like racism is bad, but racism can be funny. We all know racism can be funny at times. No, and
he's not funny. He thinks he's funny.
Archie Bunker, he is not.
Yeah, like he trying to be on some shock jock Howard Stern shit, and it's stupid. Like,
you can't even do that right. It's like. He has no personality other than trying so hard to be cool and impress you. And it just comes off so fucking corny. Like, Tank, the only real star that we kind of have. But the thing is with Tank, he kind of took too long to fight the right opponents where, like,
some people say he's still not fighting the right opponents.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get that, like, but even then, like, look at everybody else is going on. So it's like we can't just all blame Tank.
No, I mean, time was on Tank's side. Tank had ample of time to correct the ship, and he did. So now it's everybody else's turn to follow suit. But it's like nobody else. And it looked like Keyshawn was right there, and then boom. But it's these setbacks, like, and it's like
that's what I mentioned about the whole. Like the passing of the torch narrative is like done in boxing, but like that's one of the old traditions in boxing that it really can't leave, because once it leaves, the sport stagnates and it's like it is right now. You always gotta have the new gotta get rid of the old or the old gotta tell you we good enough to stay here with the new. And we're not getting that in boxing enough. We're getting, hey, the old wants to stick around and just be old,
and they're being
with the
protected.
other old niggas.
And they're being protected.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can only, like, these niggas, like, bro, if Crawford ain't had a Canelo fight in the horizon, he would have retired. Trust me. He don't want no more work at 154.
Yeah, like a guy like Boots would have never gotten a chance, or Virgil.
And that's happening now. Like, dude, like, look, if we still had the same boxing structure with the media and how just the narrative's going with the passing of the torch, we would have had Boots versus damn Crawford by now.
And Benavidez Canelo.
Of course, we would have Benavidez Canelo first. Yeah. We would have had goddamn. Maybe would have had Ortiz Crawford. We would have had Crawford would have fought at least Ortiz or Boots.
both of them, yeah. I think the last
even one of them would have been. Even one of them would suffice.
I think the last true passing of the torch, even in the loss, kind of was Floyd to Canelo, because at least Floyd fought Canelo and gave him the rub.
Yeah, but we don't get those no more.
That's the last true passing of the torch. You know, the older all-time great, legend or great, you know, of that era fighting up and coming. You know, it's not the same no more.
But
you know?
Canelo whole ass, he don't want to put himself in Floyd's shoes and give and pass the torch. Because the thing is, he afraid he might lose. And who wants to be a boxer that's involved in 2 passing of the torch fights and you ain't win one of them?
That's facts. So yeah,
like that's horrible. Yeah, and that's how the game is looking right now. Like, you know, Keyshawn had the chance and he fumbled it. Yeah, and what we got on the horizon for boxing?
So basically it's just like, you know, once, I mean, that because certain eras are starting to come to an end. You know, I mean,
yeah. And nothing's coming up to replace these certain eras. Like, you know, we're not getting any stars. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Do y'all want more celebrity boxing? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the reason why influencer boxing became what it is today. Like, that shit should have been niche. Now that
Jake Paul basically took all the, you know, Jake Paul took all the shine.
Yeah. Now it's the influencer boxing, celebrity boxing, all that shit. Because boxing is having, you know, boxing has the B levels that will still work hard, but you need the superstars to make the B levels get that type of views. And
the thing, Keyshawn, I always say, I know he had the you know, the skills, of course, you know, the amateur Olympic pedigree, but he got the gift of gab. Pause. Like he got a personality on the mic. You know, a guy like Mason, great fighter and everything, he's a little boring on the mic. You know, and I think, you know, in order to be a star, you gotta be. But
to be fair,
he's young.
Mason still has time to grow into his talk.
But I'm just saying, like Mason.
But I mean, remember at this age, Tank wasn't a talker either. He was.
Tank was worse. Like we thought he was worse.
Tank was worse. But that's Tank. The way Tank's marketed, he's like a rapper, so he's like quote unquote cool and low key and quiet anyway. So his talking doesn't matter.
But the thing was that like I remember. He would try to talk, and
he sounded like he was retarded.
I'm not gonna say he was. I'm not gonna go that far, but he was very mushmouth. Like,
yes,
at least with Abdullah speaks clear and concise, and you understand what he's saying, and you believe what he's saying. It's just a matter of him getting to just get more comfortable and showing more personality.
And this is where you got a great promoter comes in and puts Mason in positions to, you know, showcase his personality and everything. Because sometimes you don't have to be the best speaker or the most articulate to have a great personality.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny I'll say that because he's similar in the sense where, because he has the same exact height and reach as Crawford and Boots, exactly like 5'9", 74-inch reach. But also in terms of the mic skills, he's similar. You know, when on the, you know, when interviews and everything, he's similar to Crawford and Boots, where they just kind of are cut and dry. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean Mason.
They're not cutting, bro. Boots is like cool. Like I don't think
Boots has some personality.
Yeah, Boots. You can definitely. Boots comes across like a guy who just loves boxing and training, and he's just happy to be there, and he'll let you know.
And what were you saying about Crawford? Hold up, what were you saying about Crawford?
I'm just saying, like both of those guys they aren't the most, they aren't shit talkers, but like you said, they're
Oh no, hold on.
Crawford's a fucking shit talker, bro. You've been missing his damn victory lap.
Crawford's a shit talker.
Well, now, yeah, Crawford.
No.
Crawford's been a shit talker.
No.
He's been one, bro.
He didn't just become a shit talker now. The thing is, now he gets to talk and be himself. Because before, when he first came up, he was having to talk like this cookie cutter corporate man that, like, like that guy that's like, okay, he's got to talk a certain way because he's going to be a star, so he can't talk the way he wants to talk. No, it didn't fit him. But when Crawford got to talk the way it can actually talk and his personality, oh yeah, he's got plenty of personality.
I mean, and personally, I see nothing wrong with how Mason talks. I mean, Mason's only 20 years old. Like, if you don't want to, he's a confident.
I'm just saying.
Y'all want this nigga to be speaking as great as Keith Thurman right off the bat.
But I'm just saying, Keyshawn is the way his crossover appeal obviously is because he can also, his interviews are very, his personality is pretty, in terms of.
I get it. Look, he could be a star. He might not could be a superstar, but he could be a star. Like, this is the thing. Everybody don't have to be Floyd, Canelo, Anthony Joshua. Like, you could be Cotto, you could be Shane Mosley, you could be the other A-level stars too. Like, right. and make money. Like, and just think about it. Remember, we used to have all these names. Who are these names now? Like,
yeah, fact.
You can't even make a dude. Remember, you used to make super fights that didn't involve Pacquiao, Floyd, and De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening now?
You're right. No, you're right.
Like, we don't even have a Cotto, or the closest thing we got to Cotto now is Berlanga. And come on, really?
Yeah.
Chris Brad, what it do? Salute. Yeah, Keyshawn fucked up. Yeah, he had it right there. Like, literally, bro. He dropped the keys before even opening up the car.
Yeah.
Like, the car was airdropped right in front of him, and he just fucked it up. Fights are too spread out now as well. Yeah. See, that's Android, salute. What it do? That's another problem. Like, fights are either too fucking congested and on top of each other in one weekend, or they're too fucking spread out. Like, we're gonna have a big fight in January, then the next one is gonna be April. Like, the fuck? Okay, we got this nice Cinco de Mayo weekend, but you know what? Let's have a Japanese card fight. Let's. I know the Matchroom got a card. Let's all have them on Cinco de Mayo week. Like, dude, like, it's just boxing just can't get out of its own way, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just like, and even with people who are quality, who are quality operators, and they get outshadowed by unnecessary fuckery, and then it's just like, I mean, Keyshawn, like I said, I hope several people are giving him talks. I know Kelvin, the one who didn't do anything, had to issue an apology on behalf of his brothers and shit, even though he wasn't involved, because I think he understood, because he's the oldest, that that this wasn't a good look for his brand, especially since the superstar nigga in that brand is is out here just acting a fool, like it wasn't
making sure y'all niggas can eat and get on, like.
Yeah, and it makes it worse too, because obviously, as you mentioned before, Top Rank, next month Top Rank is unless it's like a last minute, Top Rank will be off ESPN, and I know Top Rank is trying to find some way of kind of shopping its stars, and it would have been great to have had Keyshawn fight De Los Santos and defend this title and have the celebrity people in it, because Top Rank, it's been a while since Top Rank even had that type of look from any of its fighters.
Yep, and then look what happened. Yeah, and that's another point though. Like too many young niggas, they start looking good a little bit, and they start being too invested into the business part of boxing too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it, you have a brand and everything, but at a certain point, you supposed to just fucking fight, win. Mm-hmm. Then you kind of gradually get into like, gotta make sure my brand is this, that. Like, this nigga Keyshawn was getting all this businessman shit. Like, bro, chill, nigga. Like,
That
Make
business.
sure you making weight and knocking niggas out.
Yeah, that dude needs to retire that businessman nickname. Because first, I thought that shit was a stupid nickname, anyways. Like
it is. Like, who the fuck? Like, you Geese Howard or somebody? Who the fuck are you? You a businessman, fighter, nigga? Like, that's just corny as hell. Like, I'm tired of these niggas focus on the business that much. Like y'all not like looking as great as y'all can look and handling the boxing part. They be focused so much on the business part. That's why I salute Denzel Bentley when he said, you know, I gotta let my team go over it. You know, that's what I got them for. Like, some of y'all niggas need a team, or you start listening to your team, because you know, focus on the fucking boxing, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like
we shouldn't be having all these niggas missing. I can't remember a year or an era of boxing where it seemed like somebody was missing weight like every other fight, like every month. Every significant fight, like somebody's missing weight somehow. Keyshawn, hometown sellout on the line, top ranked network on the line, another step closer to becoming a star on the line, and could have taken advantage of a UFC pay-per-view failed main event. Yeah, when you put it like that, this nigga fucked up royally. Like,
I mean,
ain't no way.
It's the nonsense is still trending, but like I said, it's a negative connotation. So it's not like it's trending like, you know, positively. It's like now you have to worry about Albright deciding whether or not he wants to file a lawsuit. You know, to just because of what happened. Because you know, you can't be assaulting niggas in their dressing rooms like that. This ain't NWO, nigga. You can't be doing that. So I mean,
for real, like niggas thought they was gonna just run backstage with chairs and shit, like.
Yeah, like, you know, niggas, like I'm saying, them niggas needed to calm down. I get it, you were emotional. You didn't want your brother to get beaten up by someone who's like your nemesis. But yeah, like, you know, his brother was the one who picked the dude. It wasn't like it was random. He picked that dude and he lost.
My whole thing is, if you feel that strong about it, better do like the Klitschko's. Get it back in the ring, bro.
Yeah. And Albright won. He said, "Look, I mean, we could we could do that. Like, you get it back in the ring, like, and do that." And Albright, that was a 140 fight, and it's like, hey, you know, Keyshawn wants that 140 fade. You know, he knows where to find him. So yeah, do it. And
that's what make it look bad on Keyshawn. Cause dude, you know you want to go to 140 anyway. Like, why you fuck this up? Like, y'all could have like this is the thing. Sometimes life will build opponents for you. And this could have been a good stay busy opponent type of fight after the De Los Santos. Because they would have had a backstory and everything, but nope, fuck that up.
Yeah.
Unless y'all gonna force a rematch somehow. If y'all want to make this right, let this nigga get the payday.
Yeah, but unfortunately, of course, it'll be to be determined on where it's gonna air. Since, you know, I'm all for Keyshawn Davis, Nahir Albright too, but now it just depends now where it's gonna air now, and who.
I mean, look, if we could get them niggas Haney and Ryan Garcia to agree to a second fight, then I'm sure, because I didn't think that was gonna happen. I'm sure they could get these dudes to agree to a second fight, but it's just real ugly way how to go about it. Like,
it is.
Like, a second fight shouldn't come up like this, but if it's there, you know what? Maybe that's the only way you could truly make this right. Is to make a second fight, make sure Albright gets all the promo and all this, and you know, I know Caleb Plant had his redemption tour. Well, yeah, Keyshawn, maybe you need one too.
Yeah.
Redeem your stuff, the whole brothers, all of that. Get the sisters singing, everything. Nigga, like, redeem your whole fucking family at this point.
Yeah, because I was like, God damn it! Because the funny thing was, I really wanted to be at that event too. And it was just like, God damn, like that just seemed like that was if that was what one top ranked card I wanted to be at, that was gonna be it. You know,
it looked like it would have been fun. It would have been lit, but
yeah,
like, I don't know. And that's another thing you said with the event. Like, I remember Android showed me something the other day, and it was like a UFC fan experience. Like boxing, like, y'all could take some notes for certain shit, man. Like, y'all don't want to do shit for the fans.
But things too is when I went to Philly for Better Beeve and Vozdek, they had Lomachenko and Usyk, there, like you could talk to them, take pictures and shit like that. And I remember like Usyk, and both speak more English than they let on. Lomachenko is almost fluent. Usyk is more fluent than he lets on. But Lomachenko did look like he didn't want to be there. He was very aloof. Whereas Usyk was kind of engaging. He talked to niggas and stuff like that. So
the Lomachenko stuck up ass, like, bro, like, shut the fuck up, nigga, and sign them autographs, nigga.
Yeah, and if
who you think them viewers watching your fucking fights, nigga? See, that's the point we gotta get away from, bro. Like, motherfucker, like, y'all exist because we here watching you niggas. Like, goddamn, like, motherfucker, but sign that shit. but see, I've been hearing other shit about like Lomachenko from Ukrainians, and yeah, Lomachenko don't really move right over there either.
Yeah, Lomachenko is he's a character. I'll say that. Just watching him, dude's just like let's just say he might be someone. If he wasn't a world class boxer, you might want to like smack him like on some real shit. Just seeing him in that, and just
seem like he more unlikable than Viktor Chechenian.
Yeah, like I was like, God damn, like I've never seen someone who's actively looking to be like, no, he doesn't want to talk to, being so aloof for no fucking reason, and Usyk over here is being engaging with everybody. It's just like, because
Usyk is what people thought Lomachenko was.
Bar
Exactly.
for bar. That's what that's what I was gonna say. Exactly.
Hey, what up, Rob? Salute. Yeah, we chilling, God. Talking about all these niggas fumbling in boxing.
Oh, now with Mason though, because now that Murataya got elevated, now he's the whole IBF lightweight champion. So now basically they're trying to make a eliminator fight between Mason and then another English cat, just see who would be the Mando for that. And I hope Mason's team takes that fight and does what and does that and builds it, because I would love to see a Mason Murataya fight. But yeah, make that mandatory fight and do it. If you didn't want to take the belt off Del Santos that night, you got because that would be more than enough to actually do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it has to be a good fight too.
Yeah, but yeah, the top rank. Yeah, like I said, top rank though. Like I said, now of course they're gonna be dealing with the fallout of this for a little bit, as Android said, because like I said, next month is the last month of their contract and the last card. That might, that depending on where they go to, it might be the last on linear TV, which would probably be a whole nother conversation, and that would be like something I never thought that could happen, Yeah,
damn, but it's sad the way it's like nobody could convey the importance of what Keyshawn had on the line.
Yeah, nothing.
Like you afraid of De Los Santos' power that much? You just gonna like say fuck it? I'm an intentional like that shit just weak, man. I don't know, man. There's too many damn stargazing in boxing, worried about the other nigga too much instead about your own fucking skills, man. That's one thing I don't like this new era.
Yeah, I might need to start calling Keyshawn Davis Winky Wright, or just say Keyshawn Winky Davis, because that's a good substitute for the businessman then, because his business ain't it ain't adding up, bro. 1 + 1 = 3 shit. It ain't adding up at all.
And how many of these businessman ass niggas is getting into the Hall of Fame though? At least Winky's a Hall of Famer.
That is true. He just fucked up. He just fucked up at the end of his career.
Yeah, these dudes not even getting there. That's like when people be like, oh, niggas broke. Like y'all niggas, y'all Broner got somewhere. Y'all niggas ain't even getting to the first level of Broner career, let alone to fights where he's in there with Malignaggi and shit. Come on.
Yeah, Broner got to the point where you could sell him as an A side or a B side. He just couldn't. He just couldn't. He couldn't get over the hump. So that was just, a
lot of these niggas, you can't sell them as the fucking A side, B, or the C side.
Yeah, and that's where it goes. Like I said, because it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna step up, and this actually becomes like the new. Like I said, because Canelo and them are almost out the door. Monster is gonna be out the door in about 5 years at the most, give or take. You know, Crawford is going to be out the door probably within a couple of years. Usyk is going to be out the door in a couple of years. Joshua is probably going to be out the door in a couple of years. Like these are your biggest draws. Tank, who even knows how long he's going to be fighting because he's already showing signs he doesn't even want to do this shit anymore. Pretty much.
Yeah, like nobody like we're going to get an era of boxing where it's just going to just be like it's just going to be fights on TV and apps.
Like, I'll say this too.
Some might have some names, but it's going to get to a real hardcore bubble in boxing is going to happen. Like,
I will say this though.
Yeah.
The B levels for sure will probably start showing out more for better or for worse because they honestly they've been doing that for the last couple of years now. The B levels.
That's true, but now it's on the promoters to like start handpicking a few of these B-siders and elevating them to like, wait, hold on, this guy. You know, he's in good fights. He's good, competitive. This is that personality. Yeah, let's kind of see if we can kind of throw him in there with someone else better. You know, kind of cultivate it, like how somebody like an Abraham Nova type of person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's what they got to do because it's like you leave it up to the A-listers, and they'll fuck it up every time somehow.
Yeah, you know. That's the case though.
I mean, I think I want to mention on the last point. I think these paydays the guys getting, they, you know, like the turkey paydays, even like just the paydays these guys are getting aren't you know, for their level, they're just kind of content. I guess they don't need, because you look at the build up for the NYC card. Like there was nobody you tried, but besides Teal, the one that's doesn't get the payday, you know what I'm saying? Like he's the only one that at least tried to, you know, be entertaining during the whole lead up. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, most of was.
I mean, I've talked about fighters getting the bag too early for a minute. I mean, it's been a thing in boxing for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's really, dude. Like honestly, boxing might be a little too financially rewarding for some of these niggas.
Yeah, because it seemed like now back
no
then,
hunger.
Yeah, because back then when it was an issue, when people got paid issues, like you saw them fall. Like let's just say I'll use Lou DiBella paying some members of the 2000 Olympic boxing team, like especially Ricardo Williams. Because remember, he gave that nigga a fucking $1 million signing bonus. And what did that nigga do? Nigga started, he couldn't get into shape. Nigga was El Pollo Valenzuela beat his ass, took his zero. And then dude got into like using his money for drugs and shit, and caught a prison sentence for that shit. You know, it's like, you know, it was bad. Or Michael Bennett, who I keep bringing up, you know, got the bag and couldn't get by Jobbers. Jobbers were carrying him out in one round, shit like that. Like it was yeah. But then you saw the consequence because, you know, it was basically letting nature take its course with their careers, and now it's like now they're getting the bag, but they're protected, you know. And it's like, you know, if you tell them to take a hard fight, it's like, oh, why do I need to take this hard fight for? It's the money. Like, I'm not trying to rock the money boat, you know. And they'll
be like, yo, I fought the other dude for that much, so if I fought him for that, then and he's better, then I need to get paid more. I'm like, bro, like, how about you just got overpaid last time, and here's what you really supposed to be getting now against this quality nigga. Take it or leave it. Like these dudes they don't want to fucking challenge themselves.
Yeah, like I mean, there's only a few fighters in here that's actually worth their bread. Like, you know, if I hear Monster getting a Saudi Arabian bag, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, he's getting the bag. All right, yeah, he's doing what he's doing. Like he's firing on all cylinders. Why not? Or you know, Joshua, you hear Usyk, like, oh yeah, Usyk's getting a bag. Okay, cool, yeah, he's getting a bag. All right, far out. You know what I mean? But it's just like, but you get a Berlanga who's getting a bag for just being a fucking loser, and then you realize that, you know, this shit is, you know, that the whole shit is fucked up. Like the whole game is getting fucked up with the financial.
Yeah, check this out. Listen, the B-sides will be bigger than before, especially with TKO. TKO is going to convince the general public that your Blair Cobbs and Joet Gonzalez's are all-time greats. But they will though. Watch, they would. Yeah. Cause look how they do to them, the Sean O'Malley ass niggas. Like, dude will get his ass whooped at motherfuckers who box at Crunch. Like, let alone a Devin Haney and niggas who train at Gleason's or Floyd's. Like, come on, bro, really?
Yeah.
Some of the most rudimentary boxing skills I've ever seen in my life, and niggas be parading this motherfucker.
The game is gonna be different too, unless, like I said, some of the promoters start floating up new talent and marketing them as like being next, and putting them in fights where a passing of a torch can absolutely happen.
Yeah, the passing of the torch definitely has to come back in boxing, because you don't have, like, you got too many people expecting certain fights to happen, like the general public, and they never materialize, and it stagnates the sport, because then it just people stop caring. Like, maybe more people would have been acceptable for Crawford Canelo as a swan song if these niggas would have beat Benavidez and Boots or Ortiz already.
Yeah.
But no one wants to see y'all do that fight when y'all ops is right there on point. Like, that's the thing was killing boxing. Like, y'all trying to tell us what are the big fights, and the public been telling y'all the big fights they want to see for years, but y'all just ignore it and say, no, we want to play money, man. Like, we want to do this. We want to have these niggas fight each other. Like, yeah, that's, y'all can't do boxing like that no more. Like, y'all, when the public gets behind these boxers, and they ready for that fight, y'all better make that fight.
Exactly.
If you wait too long, these niggas gonna fuck it up for themselves, or somebody's gonna duck them.
Yeah. So
and then you just end up, having your fingers crossed, hoping a guy like Boots could get a Stanionis fight.
Facts.
Like that's what it, and we love that fight, great fight, whatever, good matchup, but you can't compare that to damn, some of these other fights we could have gotten with that name.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?